prideful about my hair. So especially any which way that I could establish my own sovereignty, because she definitely didn't allow that during my childhood or even my adulthood. Even after I moved away from her, she still pressed my boundaries. Like, my hair was the only thing that I could basically thumb the system. And now I realize how I don't want to hurt myself because someone else is a jerk. Like, I'll just remove myself, then allow this to continue happening. Yeah. Well, so my hair was a very unique color when I was a kid, and my mom also wanted to live vicariously through me. So the fact that my hair, and no one else in the family had the same color hair as me, so yeah, like, out of all of my siblings, my parents, I was the only one with that color hair. So she especially was like prideful, and yeah, I don't know. It's silly, but hair is important. I love when a man knows that hair is important. That really is the seat to your divinity, is your hair. So, treat it right. All right. Right. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. All right. So, take a big breath in. Blow it out. Release anything that is not yours to carry. Release the expectations, the weight, the guilt that is not yours. Let's do one more. All right, take a big breath in and blow it out. Release all that tension. Let it go. Let it go. Ha ha. Ha ha. The whole name of the game is release. It always is, always has been, always will be. So how are you releasing anything that is not yours to carry? Hiya, hiya, Light Seeker. How are ya? It looks like you might be coming in and getting a logical offer. Because as I was coming on over, the card that was just peeking out random was Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords is using logic to cut through the bullshit. Like, we know that we have to do it, but we don't want to. So, there you go. Hopefully the weather's treating you right. And Light Seeker, I was actually thinking about you. Because I was thinking about like the whole Joan of Arc reference. And I was like, yep, no, that fits. That was while I was cleaning earlier. I was like, yeah. As masculines and feminines, how do we need to be embodying both sides of that coin? So, I don't know. All right, so we're gonna look. That was so random how I put that. You know what? I'm full spicy. Like, adult autism is a motherfucker. I don't even deny it anymore. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm just so awkward. Anyway. Ooh, let's see what we got. The Sphinx, gratification, and it's number 40. I love that because if we're going to tap into that Sphinx energy, it's very fluid. It is both masculine and feminine. It is that divine embodiment between both. So gratification, how are you balancing both sides, both light and dark, masculine and feminine, good and evil, whichever way we set that? How are we integrating and balancing both of them so that we can find our greatest joy in life? So, I love that for us. Let's see. What else? And Sphinx cats are really freaking cool. So, yeah. Well, okay. So, here's where, Light Seeker, like, total identity fucking crisis for me personally, because I was born feminine, obviously. I've always operated out of a masculine energy, though. So for me, it was like, I thought as a girl, I was supposed to be like a guy. So when I realized, like, way late in life, like, no, you're actually supposed to be a beautiful balance between masculine and feminine. Like, that feminine side is, like, it has to be loved, nurtured, provided for, protected. So we all need to be learning how to integrate so that we aren't, I don't know. Let's see. That's a lesson for me. If you're here and we're on the vibe, like this, these are lessons for me and for you, because we match up with the people that we need to match up with, whether we like them or not. Hydra, regeneration, number 11. So we're going to talk about 11. I always think 11, that's like your master creation number, your master manifestor number. So Hydra is number 11, and it's regeneration. So how are you taking and rebuilding the parts of yourself that need to be rebuilt, and how are you taking and removing what is not for your highest progress? So the Hydra is here to remind you, keep rebuilding, keep growing, keep going. Love that for us. The first card before that was gratification and the Sphinx. So we in order to get what we want, we must be willing to push through what we don't want. So like when we're doing healing, I was talking about this today when I was talking about yes, oh my gosh, we're all on a spectrum. I get so mad when people are like, I'm normal, and I'm like, I've seen who you dated. That's not normal. You're spicy. So anyway, okay. Rumi has the quote, and he speaks about how you must continually break open your own heart in order to allow love in. So continually be willing to grow and push through the things that don't feel spectacular in order to get better. Because like when you have scar tissue, in order to heal and have that tissue become softer, you have to be willing to break that tissue up. It hurts, but once you break through it, it's like you break out of a shell and that tissue becomes mobile and healed. So be willing to push through in order to have expansion, growth, healing. Like be willing to keep going back to the drawing board to create the best version of yourself every fucking day of your life. Every day, strive to be better. You don't have to be better. Like you don't have to be the best version of yourself. You just have to be better than you were yesterday. Okay? Be brave enough. And you are. Like you're just so fucking brave because you showed up today, right? So you didn't have to, but you showed up. You probably weren't sure. You were probably scared. You were probably like, I don't know what's going on, but you showed up. So kudos, bravo. We're here. Let's just call this Earth School. I do Earth School love notes from Lara. So this is Earth School. We are in session. And right now, with everything that's going on the earth, like we have come to the point where there's no more time. We all have to come together. We all have to work together to be the best version. Like we can't be that jerk off that keeps doing bad things, because we're definitely at that point where it's like, this is it. If we don't figure it out as a collective, like together, stand shoulder to shoulder to work on it together, we're not making it out of here. This isn't like the test run, like we're in this. So keep growing every day. Because it's that when you know that there's a pattern, you're like, okay, when it comes up for review, you're like, I can go this way, which is what I've done every time. Or I can recognize that that's a thing, and then I can go try this new path. So be willing to take a different path after you've realized that that initial path doesn't work for you. It didn't work for them. We have to do something different. Okay? So, Mordecai, I love it, man. If you have friends that have money, let's go. Anybody that wants to donate, please, please, please donate. If you want to do a private reading, we can always do a private reading. That can be done. You can send me Cash App, send me the money, and then we can do a private reading. I also do Reiki, sound therapy. We're going to keep going. The Morgan, Sovereignty, number 26. And number 26, okay, so also, those are very hard to see. I can't see those. The font on that. Number 26, the Sovereignty, the Morgan. So 26 is karma. And because it breaks out to 8. 8 is always karma. And this year that we're in currently is the year of karma. So all of those people from the beginning of time that have been doing bad shit and didn't stop, this is the year that they get slapped on the wrist and hauled off. I don't know if you guys have seen, Oprah today has a warrant out for her arrest after the second FBI raids on her house. So everybody that's been doing things from the beginning of time that everybody thought they were a savior, and they were actually behind the scenes doing like a little Wizard of Oz puppetry. They're all getting busted up. Okay, so Light Seeker, that is a beautiful, like 8, and my ex-boyfriend was, his date made out to an 8. And it's that very karmic, like if the wheel is in your favor, it's in your fucking favor. And if it hasn't been in the favor, but you've been doing the right thing, it's about to flip, my friend. It's gonna like gas. Like the ones that have been doing the work and healing, embodying Christ consciousness, the karma is turning that we're winning. So I freaking love that, because the next year, 2025, is 9. So with 9, it's like that's where we start seeing the gains or the failures. So 9 next year is like where we start seeing how everything played out. So 26 with 8, and that's Morgan, and it's that dark shadow, and it's sovereignty. So how are you being willing to stand 10 toes down by yourself? Sovereignty is, nobody speaks for me, and I'm the authority of my life. So how are you standing 10 toes down, regardless of who is beside you, and saying, you know what? I don't care if you don't want to be happy. I do. I'm going to go over here and make my best life. So the Morgan's asking you to take your life back. Stand 10 toes down. Don't care if you have 1,000 friends behind you, or 1 friend, or no friends. And honestly, when you are alone and there is no friends, that's when your angels are riding with you. Like if you feel like you have no friends in the world, that's when your angels are holding you. And you can feel that. If you feel the most alone in the world, what I want you to do, you can be scared, you can be sad, whatever. But if you're laying there and you're scared, because I know like I've done a lot of like laying in the fetal position, what I'll then do, I love this. It's like I called you out on it, Light Seeker. So actually, how about this? Anyone that's in the chat that would love to be a part of this, I want you, to like bring the loving, healing, golden light and cocoon yourself. And then I would also love to send the loving, healing cocoon light to Light Seeker. So anyone that would love to raise up like a cocoon of light so that you feel like golden and warm, because you're not alone, Light Seeker. You're not. So this is standing in your sovereignty, though. This is calling back yours and realizing that even if you don't have an army of people behind you, you have so many people that love you. You have like at least one angel that rocks with you, that protects you. So imagine that angel coming and just embracing you and wrapping you in like a cocoon of light. I like to think also like golden angel wings. And I've gotten to the point where it literally feels like warm buzzing. And it's like, it literally feels like a hug. So even if you feel like the world's got like kicked you, imagine you are so incredibly fucking loved. You worked so hard to become it into existence, because we create ourselves. Like we create our own manifestation. We wanted to exist so bad. We pulled ourselves together magnetically from stardust. So I know it's super fucking hard today, but man, you fought so hard to get here. Don't let one bad day turn into a sea of bad days, first off. But don't let one bad day end all of that. You worked so hard to get here. We are limitless in our soul. We are immortal. It's our body, but you're going to get up tomorrow and something will have shifted, and you'll be like, it'll be like this has happened a lot. It's like I'll have insomnia. I'll be like, I just can't. And then one night you'll just get one good night of sleep and you'll be like, oh, it resets your whole. So if you just hold on a little bit longer, and also let go when you need to. Let go and let God if you have to. I'm not religious, but I've said a few times in my life very recently, like, Jesus, take the wheel, because I can't do it. If I do it, we're gonna end up in a ditch. Let's not. So, alright. Light Seeker, how are you feeling right now, my love? Are you feeling a little better ease, hopefully? Okay. Loyalty. Mithras, number 15, which is 6. 6 is our past, our foundation, our family, our lessons, our generational and venerational line. So how are you reviewing your loyalty and other people's loyalties? And this is where you have to get real truthful with yourself. You don't have to do it with me, but it's like, if somebody did you wrong, don't keep letting them do that. Say, you know what, I love myself enough to rock alone. Remember how we said the Morgan, that sovereignty? So if people have not been loyal, or you don't feel loyal to them, that's also like, if you don't feel loyal to someone, don't be their friend. Don't hang out with them. Don't say you love them. And I know that's harsh, but it's like, if you don't truly rock with someone, don't be in their life pretending like you do. Because why? Then you get roped into things you don't want to do. They get roped into things they don't want to do. It's just let's not. Be brave enough to stand alone. I know it's hard as hell, but... Oh. All right. Well. Okay, so Morgan came out again. Love that for us. And then disconnection, or AWC, which is 41, which breaks out to 5. So this is, how are you needing to cut away from people that are not for you? 5 is instability. It has to change. We can't keep doing this. 5 is progress, change. Yep. Well, and that's when you really have to be like, I don't give a fuck. Like, just indifferent. I'm not talking about be angry. It's literally like, I don't give a fuck. Like, when you get to the point where you're like, you could be on fire and I would help you because I don't want you to suffer, but I wouldn't go out of my way because of any relations. That's the point you need to get with that. You need to be so, like, you could see them tomorrow and you wouldn't care, or you could never see them again and you wouldn't care. And that's a hard point to get to, and it's not like final. Like, things come up for us to review again, like for your family. Like, your family will pop back around in like a month or 2 months, or, yep. So it comes up to check your progress. It's not coming up to be like, oh, you're the worst, but it comes up to check your progress. Like, do you want to keep messing with these people, or have you learned that they're never going to change? Because they never change. No matter how much you pray, no matter how much you cry, no matter how much you beg, no matter how much you prove, because that's the thing, you can never prove to them your worth, because they don't even see the worth in themselves. They don't even see the worth in themselves. They definitely don't see the worth in you, which is bullshit, because I know that you're a rock star. So, fuck them for dogging you. That ain't right. Anywho. So, disconnect. I don't know how to say that, but again, it's the energy of 5. It has to change. We can't keep tug of war back to back. Like, just got it done. And then l'amour, or loneliness, which is 27. All right, light seeker. This is right where we're going to be. Okay. So l'amour, loneliness, 27, which is 9. 9 is about completions. So we're going to take this loneliness as, this is our solitary hermit walk in the desert. And it's like you need that time to clear your head, because you're moving to the next destination, and that next destination has a better thing for you. So while you're making your trek, because 9 is, again, completion. That's the cycle's completed. We're moving on to better things. So with 9 and loneliness and l'amour, what I want you to think is, we're taking this trek, and yes, it's lonely, but when I leave behind the things that no longer fit me, the next place I get to, they're going to have exactly what I need. I'm going to meet the right people. I'm going to have the right opportunities. So look at all of this not as, because this is karma season also. Libra season is karma season. So right now people are being dealt their karma. Like it's been building up since the beginning of the year, because the 8 is, 2024 is the year of the 8. So it's about karma. It's been building up. Well, Libra season is here to start pounding the gavel. And then we have Scorpio season right behind it to clean up and move into winter. So right now we're all coming up, and tomorrow is also, I know I give a lot of information and it's kind of like a rabbit wheel, but tomorrow is the eclipse, our solar eclipse. So eclipses are very powerful for taking things out of our life that are no longer serving our highest good. The last eclipse season took my mom out, which isn't great in the way I said it's not great, but it literally removed her from my life permanently. And that was like, and it wrapped up really fast. So like tomorrow's an eclipse. So if anything that you're wanting to release, you're going to want to start manifesting, thinking on like, and especially if you're feeling like you need to rest today. So breathe, rest, drink your water, meditate. While you're doing that, if you're in your mind overthinking, start writing it down. Start writing down what you want to release. So that way you can look back and think of the common theme and say, okay, am I ready to release this? There's some of us that we're releasing, like we've released 16 years of karma. There's some of us, there's about 4 of us major cardinal signs. Or is it the cardinal signs? There's 4 of us that, especially we just released 16 years of karma. Now mind you, every person has each sign in their chart, but like the ones that have them heavy in their big 3, we just close out some chapters. So with this eclipse, it's coming up for us to look at like, okay, what have I learned since the last eclipse? What have I learned in the last 16 years? Who do I need to remove? And when you're looking at like who and what you need to remove, you're looking at like, this is 16 years of junk. So it's gonna feel heavy. It's going to feel hard. You're going to need to be kind to yourself. Okay? But also take heed and like look at how beautiful that is, that you have gone through 16-year chapter and now you're closing it out with ease and grace and moving on to the next thing. Your family doesn't support you. You know what? They don't support themselves. And that's sad. So you support you. You've made it through 100% of your hard days. You have friends that support you. You have jobs that support you. You have animals, whatever it is. Like, we all need each other so incredibly much. Like, we are all interdependent. We're not codependent. We're interdependent. So how do you start finding your tribe? And how are you being willing to be brave enough to go on that track to find your tribe? Even if it means leaving behind everything that you've known before. I actually I'm going to bring up like a masculine, feminine, and interdependence for just a moment. Because I love to give this example. But instead of looking at codependence as interdependence, we all need each other. One hand washes the other, right? The left-hand man and the right-hand man, we all wash each other's hands. So, anyway, okay. I have a few different, so I have 2 strikers, 2 bowls to give examples of how. So if we look at masculine, right? So wand and feminine being a bowl. And in order to make sound, you must have the wand, the driving force, and the bowl to be a receptor or a container. So in order to make sound, you must have both masculine and feminine. You can't make sound, you have to have one with like to do the other. And so like, okay, so say it's like masculine and masculine, right? Yeah, it makes sounds, it's a driving force, but we're not resonating. We're not creating that. So then, or if you have two poles or two receptive, like yeah, they make noise, but again, not harmonious. So when you put, and you can actually get the sounds to like resonate off of each other. I don't know if I'll be able to do that because of how I'm sitting. But like, so if you have the masculine and the feminine driving force, right? And then as you exert pressure and or reciprocity, it gives you a result. And that is what we need. So we are not codependent, we are interdependent. In order to thrive and survive, we need both parts. We can't, masculine don't work together, feminine don't work together. You truly do need a masculine driving force and the feminine receptivity. Stop looking at people like they're burdens and start looking at them like, how can we help each other? Yeah. I think there's a lot of dudes out here that don't be liking girls, and it's like, don't be trying to date girls if you don't like girls. Like, stop ruining families because you want to go explore other options. Yes, I don't know. Maybe that's like a weird little side rant. Okay. All right. Well, let us get up in the cat tarot. I am Lara Jo, SirenSong lover. Should you wish to donate to my ministry, it is always appreciated. That's how I make my money. That's how I buy resources. That's how I keep the lights on. So donating to the ministry, booking readings, booking Reiki, sound therapy, anything, please. So SirenSong lover, Cash App, capital S for Siren, capital S for Song, capital L for lover. Should you wish to do a reading, you can go and email me. SirenSonglover@yahoo.com. You can, and what I would actually have you do is when you email me, you would pay for the service on Cash App and then email me and let me know which service you wanted and how long. That way, if you want to do a reading here, we can do that too. Page of Wands. So, how are you chasing those passions, and are you doing it in the right way, or are you just burning yourself out? Let's see. 6 of Swords. So you're moving away from challenging situations. We know this, so I'm glad you're using that, like, you're using that curiosity with Page of Wands about your passions to say, you know what, maybe I don't need to fill this cup anymore. Maybe I need to go do this. So 6 of Swords is moving away to safety. You're looking at the past and you're saying, okay, you know what? That's no longer for us. So let's keep going. You don't need to hang out there. I may have to change that really quick. 4 of Wands. When you're willing to move away, 4 of Wands, you bring in, and I always love 4 of Wands because this is like a twin flame card or union card. 4 of Wands is happiness, stability, happily ever after, home, like walls in the home. The Hanged Man, it comes after you've changed your perspective on life. You've been willing to look at things from a different view. And the Hanged Man is that energy of you are voluntarily here. You can leave at any time. And actually, that's something that when I was struggling mentally with life, I reminded myself, like, life is voluntary. There is no one here saying you have to be here, but also know that if you decide to check out, like, you're still going to have to come back and finish the mission. So do you want to do it now, or do you want to have to go through being reborn again and go through all the way up to this point? So everything is voluntary. And at any point you can say, you know what, Ref, I'm done, I want to be out. But that has to be a choice by you. And so the Hanged Man says you are voluntarily in any position that you have put yourself in, and you can also change your position and your perspective and get upright again. So continue going. Even if it's hard, continue going. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles. You're building your pentacles. You're building your foundation. So you've been working. You're doing the hard thing. You may just need to do like a perspective tweak. So instead of being like, my family abandoned me, be like, you know what? My family wasn't cool enough to see that I'm an awesome cat and they need me. So I'm going to go find friends that I want to hang out with. Or I had to have that perspective shift also, because when I was like, reviewing these people in my life, and I was like, if they weren't my niece, I would never want to know them. We would never be in the same circle. So it got real easy with the people in my life that I'm like, I wouldn't be friends with them or associate with them outside of family functions. So, you know, it's a no for me, dog. Like, be willing to say, yeah, you know what? Because 7 of Swords. So this is betrayals, heartbreak, stabbing, lying, sneaking around. Yeah, no fucking thanks. Right? Like, again, it doesn't matter who they are to you. If you wouldn't like them as a person outside of whatever capacity that you're with them, don't hang out with them. Anyway, okay. 9 of Pentacles, it's building your foundation, your pentacles, your earthly possessions after being stabbed in the back. I'm going to say there's a lot of, okay, so I was talking about karma and how it's the year of karma and how a lot of people are being revealed, and a lot of us are figuring out we came from very fucking karmic, abusive, toxic families. Like the whole society's abusive, toxic, karmic. So this year we've truly been seeing so many people's masks fall, and like, yeah. So this year has been about placing people according to their role in your life. Yeah. So right now, Light Seeker, what I want you to do, my love, is just put your head down and start figuring out, like, place people according. Like, if all they want to do is come onto your ship and, like, capsize it because they can't be the captain, they need to not even get a ticket. This is about all of us, baby. This is about you too, Mordecai. Don't feel like it's just him. Don't feel like it's just me. This is me too. This is a lesson I've been working through. So that's part of the beauty of being the reader for this, is that, because this is shit I've done. Like, I can say where I've been. I can show where I've been. I can show where I am now. Like, I walked away from entire families. And I had entire families come up against me. Like, a bunch of families group up together and come against me. So when I speak on this message, it's because I've done it. I'm doing it. I'm working through it every day. So when you guys come in and you resonate with me, that's because I've done the fucking shit. That scary, like that fear in my eyes that you can see, that's your own fear staring right back at you. Like when I stare at you and it feels like I'm staring at your soul, that's like your own, like, who is this person next to me? What the fuck is that? Like, you start feeling like, oh yeah, no, she's seen it. I've seen it. I've done it. I'm doing it. I'm feeling it. Like, yeah, I guess I was the one that decided to be brave enough to charge ahead and say, hey guys, it can be done. Like, we can leave behind the toxic families that indoctrinated us to think that we needed them, because we don't. And I was just one of the little girls that said, hey, you know what? I'm going to charge ahead and I don't need you and I don't care what it takes. I'm going to keep going. Scary as hell. But I also talk about how when nothing makes sense, sometimes you just have to step back and let spirit light the path, and you just say, you know what? I'm on a pleasure cruise. Like, God's got this. The universe has this. I can just sit back and sip my water. Like, you're not going to figure everything out in one day. So you might as well just breathe for a minute now. Stop being so hard on yourself, love. You are incredibly lovable. And if you could only see how the world sees you, you would know that you have such a rock star place in this life. All right. I shed a lot of the tears that the boys can't shed. And that's also like I shed the tears so that you guys can start realizing it's okay. You can shed tears. You can feel pain. You can feel anything other than polite. I promise. You can feel anything other than polite. Life is not polite. Ever. Let me... Okay. See what that is. Okay. You can cry out loud. No, this is what I'm telling you. Boys hurt too. It's okay to cry. It is okay to say you need help. It is okay to say you're not strong. It is incredibly okay. The women need you to be able to, because women can't open up about their mental health because men don't create a space that's safe for them to open up about mental health. Like, we can't talk about our problems just as much because you guys can't talk about your problems either. Women aren't Iron Man either. Like, I've been expected to be Iron Man as a girl. Like, I've been held to every standard that a man is held to. And women's standards too. So, women aren't built for that. Men aren't built for that. Humans are not built to suffer in silence alone. And we need to all start saying, hey, you know what? I'm hurting. Hey, I'm hurting. Hey, I'm hurting. Hey, how can I help you? How can you help me? Like, that is, when I went through all of this shit, like, what I was like, networking. What skill do they have that I need help with? And what skill do I have that they need help with? And what skill does that person have that they need help with? So how do we need to start networking and sharing our voice, sharing our story? Start saying, I'm going through it too. Okay, man, I can be a shoulder to talk to for a minute. I can't cry. I don't cry in men's arms. I don't lose my shit in front of men. Like, I don't, I promise. Yeah. No, but we need to. We need to start saying it's okay. It's okay to feel this big, scary emotion. It's okay to not be okay. Nobody's okay. So why are we all walking around carrying our bag, pretending like we're not bleeding underneath that wound? Because I don't know about you, I'm injured. And I know you're injured. So if we're both injured and we both need help, why are we fighting each other? If it's a wound that I can't reach, why aren't you helping me? Why are you watching me struggle? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, because, I mean, here's that other part of it too. Because I've been out in the dating world and I see so many men struggling. It's like women are struggling too, but I can't tell you I'm struggling because I'm just supposed to be able to handle it alone. And I know that's guys too, but we need each other. We need to be interdependent again. So, anyhow, that was a rant. Hopefully a rant that lands. Hopefully a message that everyone starts getting. We all need each other. Stop pretending like it's okay. Yeah, no, and I thought about this because I did something and I was out in public and this lady was like, you made it look so easy. Like, I was backing into a space and she's like, you made it look so easy. I was like, I was struggling. She's like, well, you made it look good. I go, you know, I'm so tired of people watching you and being like, oh, she makes it look easy. She don't need any help. No, maybe I need help. Like, just because I make it look easy don't mean I have to carry it all by myself. Yeah. We're going to pull from the Wild Unknown Oracle deck. Ooh. All right. Who in here has, well, fuck. So Scorpion. So use that tough exoskeleton, that shield that you have to protect yourself. Like scorpions are notorious for, they're incredibly deadly. They've got a strong shell. Nothing can kill them, trust me. I lived in a place that we had scorpions, and I was deathly terrified, but I was the family exterminator. So they're tricky little fuckers. So if you need to embody and channel any animal, be the scorpion. The other part of it, down here, I was like, we definitely have boys in the house because it's all marine life. And you boys love marine life. So sea serpent. Let's look at how are we continually going through the cycle to regenerate, evolve, grow, and expand. Don't let that serpent scare you. You know, because people say, oh, snakes only shed their skin to become bigger snakes. Yes, we all must shed the layers of ourselves that kept us tiny. We must all shed the scar tissue that kept us confined. Snakes literally must shed their skin or they will die because they can't breathe. So shed. Don't let it be scary. Embody and embrace your resilience to keep regenerating. I love how the read, like, it really has, like, kind of congruently gone throughout. Shark, how are you using precision? Oh, I've got some spiders to show you, Mordecai. I am the spider queen. I actually, at one point, I had, he was at least over 6 feet, 6 feet king snake. But we have lots of spiders out here. I actually protected a spider in her web the whole season. I had a lot of contractors that wanted to take her down, and I protected the fuck out of her until she actually died of natural causes. So critters generally have a place in my space. If they're in the direct space, no, you can get the fuck out. But I do cohabitate peacefully with critters. So shark, how are you using focus, determination, and your skill to keep evolving and growing? I feel like a broken record there, but that we go. Okay. Mordecai, you don't want me to have that conversation, man, because I hurt people's feelings. And when they say they're leaving, I say something like, I'll help you pack. Or don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I'm pretty freaking harsh when people don't want to hang out. I'm like, yeah, you know what? But I protect people from the spiders and everything too. When the snake was around, I called him Bruno because he was in the walls. So, yeah, but I would rather let you know so that way it isn't a surprise and you freak out. Because, you know, like when the rat snake, like I say, I had like a 6-foot rat snake, and every time somebody went down there and I was like, hey, there's a big snake. And they're, oh, I'm not going down there. I'm like, it's a rat snake. And you don't get to control that. He lives here, you don't. Yeah. Well, again, I had to be hyper masculine. I protect all the boys from the critters. That's the stupidity of it all. I should not have to be lifting a hand to exterminate anything. I mean, I am the warrior queen, but, you know. I do have a child that has PTSD, and because of cockroaches, because I scared him with that, because, again, I'm the family exterminator. So one of my kids screamed like a little girl. I'm sure he still has PTSD and is mad about that with me. And I don't know. That poor kid has a lot of PTSD from me. We grew up together. Like, I was that kid. Like, I was a single mom. I put myself through x-ray school young. I was young. So that kid and I grew together, and he had a vastly different life than the rest of the family. moth, always ever evolving, growing. We must transform in order to grow. Yeah. I've been raising kids since I was 15. So I've spent over the majority of my life being a mom. I don't know how not to be a mom. I'd like to be able to figure out how to be cherished. I need to lean into that. And that's the other part. When women have to be hyper masculine, we don't know how to be soft, feminine. Yeah, well, it's meant to be a group project. Women, like, kids need their fathers as much as kids need their mothers. There are different things. Like, there are certain things I can't teach my kids that their dad needs to teach them. And there are certain things that their dad can't teach them that only I can teach them. Sorry, Mordecai, I can't have any more kids. So, you'll have to... my factory is out. And I love that for me. And I love that for everyone else, too. What kind of team would you have? Would it be a banking team? Would it be an investment team? Would it be like a sports team? Would it be... What kind of team? A team of love that we can do. Moth, ever evolving and changing. The world is changing. We are growing. We are expanding. We are becoming more adaptive to those shadow side that has been plaguing us. Because once you start talking about your shadows, you release them. They no longer hold captive over you. Like, the things that you can start publicly speaking about, that's the thing that, like, it no longer truly keeps you at night. So talk about it. And when you talk about, so this is actually, like, the prime example that I'd love to bring is that when you talk about your stories, that allows other people, A, to realize that they're not alone, but B, it allows them to talk about their story and their experience. So when you start sharing what you've gone through, other people can too. And you may say, like, oh, I don't want them to, but at the same time, like, how are we all going to... Everybody's the lost boy at heart, baby. That's why we're here. We're here to grow and learn. I'm here to teach people to love and to find their way home. But you can't keep chasing your shadow. Because, like, Tinkerbell it was like addiction. Peter Pan was trying to keep the boys from growing up ever. He wanted eternal friends. Except for, how is that keeping us stuck in Neverland? Yeah, so now it's like, how do you stop chasing the things that don't matter? Give up the habits that don't serve you. That's what, like, drinking, because I know he was the villain, but he also had Tinkerbell. Like, I feel like he captured Tinkerbell. So there was also that theory. There's, like, a little bit of a theory that Hook was actually trying to save the boys from Pan. That's why he kept trying to get them, is because he was trying to save the boys from being trapped in Neverland. So, yes, Peter Pan was the villain. Tinkerbell is alcohol. That's what you use to chase your dreams. And Neverland is being stuck in that, like, forever child. So how do you start getting out? Only you can. Only, like, this was the thing with, like, when my ex did bad behavior, and I was like, that was a choice you made. You picked up the bottle. I didn't make you pick up the bottle. I couldn't stop you from picking up the bottle. You picked up the bottle. Just like cheating, that was a choice. You have to be brave enough to say, you know what, I'm not doing this. Like, delayed gratification is pretty fucking awesome. So when you start learning, like, hey, how do I stop chasing, again, those things, those fairy tales, that whatever, how are you getting lost? Don't keep doing that. All right. Knight of Pentacles. You are building your finances slowly. This is slow. I am Tinkerbell. I'm a lot of people's Tinkerbells, though. My love. Knight of Pentacles. This is, how are you building your finances? Slow and steady wins the race. Keep going one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. I love this because it's like, you don't realize that when you declare something, it's coming to you. It just may take a little bit longer, or you may forget about it, and then it all of a sudden pops up. So Knight of Pentacles is the steps that you made 5 weeks ago, they're coming. It feels slow, you didn't think it was, but slow and steady wins the race. Because it's like, how do you go from, like, you can't just go from A to B. You have to put in the steps. It's like if you want to run a marathon, you can't just go from the couch to run a marathon. So you have to build up to it. So Knight of Pentacles is you've been slowly building. And then Knight of Cups is nurturing your emotions. And I'm going to tap into this. We're going to say these are childhood emotions. How are you nurturing them? So Knight of Cups, you're filling your cup. And again, it's slow, it's tiny, it's tentative, but you're doing it. So keep doing it. 111 on the time when that popped. I love that. That was that for right there. And on the bottom, the devil, our addictions. Don't let your addictions hold you back. Don't let your patterns hold you back. If you care about Mordecai, show up for him. Show up for you. So if you care about Mordecai, be like, fuck, I want to live the best life possible so that cat has the best life possible. So yeah, put down your addictions. Put down that child so you can take care of Mordecai. The devil is the cat's arch nemesis, right? It's going to chase us. Yes. Yeah. Love you. You know what? I was having, so I just went through a breakup. It was a pretty big one, I say, because I hadn't dated for a lot. And he was like the first guy I'd actually let kind of close. And I was really fucking going through it. But then I was like, I'm going to love me. I'm going to pour into me. Because it was like all the ways that I needed him to pour into me, he was just draining me. So then I was like, instead of worrying about how he's feeling, how he's doing, I'm going to worry about how I'm feeling and how I'm doing and how I'm making my money. So it really, like, when you're addicted with someone else, turn it to be, how can you be addicted with yourself in your life and becoming the best version of yourself? So become addicted to making the best version of yourself. And even if the best version of yourself is like, if you are hyper driven, like you're constantly going, that best version of you is maybe resting. If your optimal is hyperdrive, the best version of you is going to be slowing down. So you need to go to like a snail's pace. So, all right. I am Lara Jo, SirenSong lover. I would love it if you would sew into my ministry so I can keep coming in, keep doing these things. If you'd like to book a reading, we can do, you can go to Yahoo, SirenSongLover@yahoo.com, or you can always PayPal me, or Cash App, which is Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. I always love the sound of money hitting my bank account. Ace of Wands, this is chasing your passions. You're getting those passionate offers. So Ace of Wands, you're getting it. Everything you want's coming straight to your front door. So why are you sweating about it? Sit back, relax. You've done the work. You've done the work. Knight of Pentacles. You've been putting in the hard work. Every day you've been grinding, chipping away. Even if it's just chip, chip, chip. Because the water that breaks through is from, like, you know how when something erodes away? It just slowly, day by day, just eroding away. And then one day it completely breaks through and it falls into place. And that's how life is. It's like you'll be slowly, one day by day, just putting one more drop in the bucket, one more drop in the bucket. And at one point, it's going to break. The dam's going to break. And you're going to have that surplus and overflow. And everything will be upon you. You've been doing every day, just slow, steady steps. And it's paying off. You've been, like I say, working on your emotions too. That's paying off. I thought about this today. Because I've thought about how far I've come in a very short amount of time. But it was like, I had to clear space out because I want the best things for my kids. So I can't carry around all those heavy patterns that my mom had, because that robs me of being a mom. So while it hurts, it's like, if I want bigger, better, the best for myself in my life, I have to be willing to make room for it. It's been super painful. It's been super hard, but this is how you do it. You have got to make room. Like, when I was looking at, over a year ago, starting to date again, it was like, if I want a man in my life, because I went out and I bought cologne. I know that sounds weird, but I bought cologne and I bought like some flannel shirts. And the reason for this is, like, if I wanted a man in my life, how am I making space for him? What does it smell like to have a man around? Which I know sounds completely like, what? But I hadn't had anybody in my life intimately in so long. So it was like, when I got cologne, it was like, how do I start smelling cologne in my life without getting completely like off the deep end? Or with the flannel, how do I start having a flannel? Like, if I were to date a man, what would he wear? What would he smell like? What, like, so it's, if I wanted to make room for it, because at the point when I started doing those things, yeah, maybe. I love hoodies. I love stealing hoodies. I do. Yeah, we steal hoodies and hoodies around here. How do you start making room to see hoodies in your life? Like, because I wasn't mentally prepared to be able to see what life would look like with a man in it. So even when it's really hard, like when you want wealth in your life, you have to be willing to let go of those patterns that have kept you playing small. Like, if you were to have big wealth, what does that look like? What expenses do you have that you need to pay those bills with? Like, you can't imagine what big money is like if you don't have anything to spend it on. So if you want big money, like say you want to be making $12,000 months, like what do your bills look like? What are you spending that, every cent, what are you spending that money on? So that way you know what your money is working for. Love and money are the same vibration. So when we're in love, we're happy, we're content, our money is fluid. So that's the thing when people say, oh, I'm in love. Well, that's, love and money are the same vibration. When we're in love, our money flows. When our love life is good, our money is generally good. And when our love life is bad, generally our money is pretty bad. So they kind of go hand in hand. So how do you start accompanying and adopting a positive mindset for money? How do you start how do you not have, so it really is, as a whole collective society, we need to start having that, like, not having a poverty mindset. Because that poverty mindset is like mad dash, like, I don't know when I'm getting fed next, so I gotta grab everything. Well, when your cup is filled and you don't need anything, you can temper yourself. But tempering yourself means that there's more down the road for you later. So it's stop holding on to the broken patterns. Start envisioning what your life would look like if you didn't carry those broken patterns. And because you want something big, you have to know what you're going to do with it. Like, if you want something big, you have to know what you're going to do with it. Because if you get it, you're not going to be able to keep it. So, yeah. Yeah. How are you taking care of yourself, though? Mordecai, I want you to take care of you. I want you to do something today that scares you. But I want you to do something today. Actually, I want you to do something today that scares you that you've never done before. And name that in the name of Lara. Be like, I'm going to go try out this new restaurant tonight. And this is where, okay, actually, perfect. If you have to eat today and you're going somewhere, go somewhere that you were like, if I were to go, I've always wanted to try this place, and if this is where I would want to take Lara. Try somewhere new that you've never tried before that kind of scares you, but then like pushing your comfort zones. Because if you've wanted to do something, but you've never had the reason to, today's the day. Because that's the other part. Like when I started dating myself, because I didn't know where I wanted to eat, I didn't know where I wanted to go. So I had to start going out to places that I'd never been before. To be able to find new people to interact with. Because if I'm hanging around the old places, I'm not going to find anybody new. So it was like, how do I push myself past my comfort zone and start doing new things? And then B, it's like, if I were to have somebody new to come into my life, I would want to know where I wanted them to take me. So I have to test run that first. So in your own life, when you're inviting people in that you want to date, start test running those places that you've always wanted to try. Because you might meet someone in that new place where you're like, I just met the love of my life because I finally walked into this restaurant I've never been in before, but that's it. Like you need to walk into that restaurant and you just never knew, but that's where the love of your life is waiting. So, do something scary. Do something that I can't go. We already had dinner, boo. We already had dinner about an hour ago. Come on now. Restaurants are terrifying. I've worked in them. I've worked every job under the sun you could probably imagine. Just because I get really bored and I learn really quickly. So I've worked a lot of different jobs because it's like, oh, okay, well, this one's cool. We'll do this. That doesn't work. Yeah. I started working in a restaurant at the age of 13. And I didn't stop until 3 years ago. I started working at the age of 13, didn't stop until 38, 39. Yeah. It was, I wouldn't recommend it because, like, being that young and working in the restaurant industry, there's a lot of creepy guys. You don't even have to treat yourself. So here's the other thing, too. I want you to try something you've never tried before. Like, go to a new candy store. Walk into a new candy store. Find a new candy. I dare you. Or just walk into a store and if it's like jerky or something, or even, it doesn't even have to be that. Like, watch a show you wouldn't normally watch. I think that's the challenge I gave you the other day and you refused. Alright, well, that's the thing. You've been doing what works for you, and is it working? If you've been doing what you've been doing for 30 some odd years and it doesn't work, at what point do you say, maybe it's time I readjust and try something new? Maybe that girl knows what she's talking about. Because the star is out there. So Aquarius, of course, I know what I'm talking about. I'm the star. And the high priestess. And you are too. So be willing to shine in your own light. Be willing to try new things that terrify you. That's actually a lot of these, you know what? That is my complaint working with you boys. You're like all stiff and unwilling to be flexible a lot of times. So trying to get your bodies to move, trying to get you guys to move, and personality and stuff is a little challenging. Okay, so you know what? Actually, go sit outside for 5 minutes. Like, put your bare feet on the ground and just sit there for 5 minutes. Like, we're having a conversation. Like, just imagine, like, I'm sitting there next to you. We're having a conversation outside. So, which I love that earlier it looked like a storm was coming yesterday. I know, but every day we put our feet on the ground. Come on now. Every day you have to grow. Endings. You have to let go. You have to let go. You have to recycle. You have to be willing to change and adapt.